guys? Welcome back to the Spike NFC North podcast. My name is Lex, representing the Green Bay Packers. As always, I'm joined by the full cast of characters. We got Mr. Lavon Lane representing them Chicago Bears. We got Mr. Corey Thompson representing the Detroit Lions. We're joined by Mr. Vontae Crowder representing the Dirty Dallas Cowboys. And then also the Riddler himself, who's kind of lost in translation right now, Mr. Axel Roy now, so he's there. Guys, we finally completed the 2025 NFL season. Week 18 is complete. There was a lot of crazy games. There was a lot of craziness. Before we get into the playoff outcome, I want to wrap the season up from an analytical perspective first. Mr. Corey Thompson, in Week 18, you guys went up against the Chicago Bears. It was kind of a good game. A lot of bad things happened. What is your takeaways, and how do you feel about wrapping up your season in Week 18?
Well, first off, I said, we finished above 500, but didn't make the playoffs. So I'm gonna go ahead and give a spike to the end of our season.
Hey, let's get a spike for the show too. Let's get a spike for the show too. Come on now, let's go.
Spike.
Y'all know I like the spike joints.
Let's go. Salute.
Spike.
But
Actually, you can spike.
Yeah, I don't know if this man. There he goes. I see a cup. Okay.
Okay.
Go ahead, Corey. My bad, brother.
But yeah, the season play out like I wanted to, but we ended up finishing with a W, against one of our NFC North rivals, the Chicago Bears, and offensive coordinator Ben Johnson. But that game was played, like I told you earlier, I said that wasn't Detroit. That wasn't the Lions versus the Bears. That was Ben versus Dan.
It was personal.
It was personal. So not one time did Dan Campbell go for it on fourth down.
Yeah.
So like I said, he played a good game, but the thing that got me, that offensive line was blocking for golf.
Mm-hmm.
Sure was.
As banged up they were blocking. And I think he finished for like 300. I think 331, 330, something like that. Through interception, but they was blocking. Gibbs, I think he had like 80 yards, but yeah, they played. I mean, it ended up being a rival game. I wish Dan would have seized the starters, but it goes back to when he first took over on his first season, and we were losing. And he said, this is what he said the last game. He said, I can't sit the starters because I can't teach them to lose. I got to teach them to stay competitive.
Exactly.
So, like you said, Lo, that you doubted that he's going to sit them starters because the competitive in them, and that's what it showed.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Appreciate that, Corey. Lavon, how'd you feel about the game, man?
Man, honestly, I had mixed emotions about it, honestly. But before I talk about my emotions, I'm going to talk about, Corey, you said about your coach, Dan, you said he didn't go for it on fourth?
Mm-hmm.
You should have seen Ben Johnson. He should have went for it on fourth a lot more. And you can read his lips on the camera. He said, should have went for it. Went for it. And we punted. And that came back to bite us. Great. Man, I'm telling you, you all played like it was the Super Bowl. It was like Green Bay, the emotions, the electricity in the stadium was like Green Bay and Chicago. However, it was Detroit, still rivalry in the division. And then y'all was doing what we do on first down. Y'all do the Kobe. I was like, right. Wow. Then y'all be like, I mean, emotionally, I was a wreck in this game. And then what really threw me off, and this is my last thing I had to say, what really threw me off was the fact that Ben Johnson said, we're going to put in a simple game plan. If we put in a simple game plan and it looked like we didn't have no game plan, that's it. We're going to be in trouble. We're going to be in trouble against Green Bay, but we'll talk about that in the future.
All right, bro. Appreciate that analysis, sir. Mr. Axel Roy, obviously the NFC South Division was in turmoil with the top three teams all finishing with the same win-loss record. Obviously, it was a little bit tedious with, the Bucs needing certain things to happen in order for them to make the playoffs. But, a few things happened. Talk about the Saints-Falcons game, and what's your outlook on the Saints moving forward after Week 18?
It was a crazy game, back and forth. on paper going into the season, it really shouldn't have been. So, like, expectation-wise, looking at that game is the same for me as, like, the rest of the season. It's like, we don't expect much, but we're going to see where we're at with everything. And I feel like we really got to do that. I mean, going out of this, I feel pretty good in the question of, you a franchise quarterback. I think we at least got a guy for the next couple of years with Shook. So, that's kind of good. Losing to the rivals always kind of stinks, especially when you hear about it all the time because you live in Georgia. But, there's a nice thing that comes from the situation, and that's knowing my front office, shit the bed and giving away the only first-round pick. Because, we lost, but we really didn't really matter. We got a better draft pick, and the team that beat us has no first overall draft pick. So, take the wins where we can get it, go into the next season feeling strong with the quarterback and fill in some other spots. Running back.
Cool.
Yeah. That's about
Great
it.
analysis. I think, honestly, the New Orleans Saints, obviously we knew coming into the season that you guys weren't absolutely expecting anything majestic and longevity or anything. It was kind of a rebuilding year. But I think that you guys got a lot of bright things moving forward. I think that, there's going to be some crazy shakeups that come with trades this offseason. I think are going to make you guys an even bigger competitor because I think the NFC South is still a wide open division next year, depending on, a couple of coaching changes. But we'll see. But let's move on.
I want to say one thing real quick.
Go for it. Yeah.
I just want to say the illustrious Taysom Hill has not been confirmed yet, but I strongly think you will be retiring this year. And if you do, thank you, sir. Canton is around the corner.
Hey, bro.
Salute.
Take the Taysom.
Mm-hmm.
What he brought to the table, he executed almost every time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yo, so
Devontae
Crowder's talking
he's
down there.
He's a fun player to watch.
Let's talk about the Dallas Cowboys since he's talking down there. Mr. Devontae Crowder, obviously you guys had a Week 18 game. Giants came out on top. What is your outlook on the season? Obviously, we knew there was going to be a couple of questionables, regarding your defense, with the huge offseason trade of Michael Parsons to the Packers. Obviously you guys recently fired Eberflus. What's your outlook after your Week 18 matchup?
Did y'all see my story on Instagram?
No, I didn't actually.
It was good. It's probably gone now. I had to post something on my story, thanking God, letting the world know how good he is, because Eberflus was fired. Why it wasn't the first piece of news as soon as our game was done? Fuck the season. As soon as our game was done, it should have been breaking news everywhere, which really ain't breaking news because we all knew he was getting fired.
Yeah.
But I'm just glad he's got fired. We had little rumbles about Brian Flores and everything coming on board. We don't know who we're gonna pick, so I'm just keeping my hopes up that we at least get somebody who is smart and can compete better than Matt could. And could help bring some pieces in, help bring some players over that actually want to play for whoever our new DC may be. A lot of pros and cons of the season, man. A lot of pros and cons. I was talking to, I think I told Lavon this the other day. I'm not really too much worried about the offense, what we're going to bring to the table next year. Javonte had a good year, our running back. But I did say that I think we could use somebody a little more elite. If we had somebody like Gibbs or Saquon or even what's the running back on your team? Both of y'all team. All of you niggas got better running backs than I do on the Cowboys. And I feel like if we had somebody that could bring a little more to the table, that'll definitely take the offense way over the hill like we know they can be. The remaining question is going to always be the defense. We were the worst in the league this year. You can't win games averaging 350-plus yards given up in the air. Towards the back end of the season, we got better on the run game with some of the pieces we picked up on our D-line and linebacker. But when you're giving up almost 400 yards through the air, somebody's bound to score a touchdown, maybe 2, maybe 3. You can't win games like that. So, like I said, a lot of pros and cons. Wasn't happy about the season, finished under 500. I'm not surprised we lost to the Giants. They're playing, they're the best people that they got on their team available. They had a injured season, so they're trying to get them some game reps. I don't really know how much Dak played. I only watched a little bit of the game, but a game that don't mean shit, that don't got no type of playoff implications, I wasn't really focused on it. So I'm just hoping that crazy old ass Jerry Jones can finally make a good decision with a coaching hire to bring somebody good on for the defensive coordinator spot. Somebody that the people want to play for, the players want to play for, the players want to rally behind, because I just didn't see none of that this year for Eberflus. Nobody looked like they was playing hard. Nobody looked like they cared that they was getting torched in the air and on the ground in the beginning of the season. And I think we lacked a lot of passion on that end of the ball. So, and I think that starts with the type of environment that coordinator puts together for his players. And I just don't think they cared enough this year. So I'm hoping that we get somebody who's a dog, who ain't going to play that shit, who's going to make people step up. And if we can get a better running back, cool. Even if we still keep Javonte, as long as the defense can even be middle of the pack to above that, I think we're going to have a way better season next year. But like I said, all that is up in the air. It's just to be determined until we see who we hire, what pieces we might pick up, who else we might let go. We just let Trayvon go. I've been saying that all year to y'all that we need to let him go. So just opened up a lot of money that we could spend. So, we'll see. We'll see what they do next year. It's very, very disappointing. Not what we expected.
Hold on, D. D, hold on. Let me tell you this. I'm gonna give you your props on this. You gave a great analysis.
Yeah,
I'm gonna be real.
That was fucking great. That was so good. It was smooth and everything. She was perfect.
You gave numbers. You gave stats. You gave how you felt. You gave the pros and you gave the cons. Bro, that was good, bro. I'm gonna have to give you props on that one.
That's the last show of the year. I think it needs to sound like I know what I'm talking about.
Yeah. Hey, great job, bro. I'm gonna have to give you props on that one.
Bro,
that was good,
man. Yo, so Vontae, before we move on from the Cowboys, because a couple of segments later in the show don't really involve you as much, I got this question for you. As far as defensive coordinators, obviously, you guys have a vacancy with Matt Eberflus being fired, which I think is obviously a shot in the dark that should have been done way sooner. Who's your hot takes? I mean, I know you mentioned Brian Flores. Is there any hot shots, DCs, to come to Dallas?
I just saw something. Lavon, no, I'm not good with names. Our cornerback coach that is now y'all cornerback coach on the Bears, I believe.
Al Harris. Oh, he's a great defensive coach.
I saw something, and it just made me think about what our defense looked like when he was a part of it. He wasn't the coordinator, but he had them DBs and that secondary on lock.
That's right. They were right.
What turnover after turnover. Niggas couldn't do nothing with us in the air. I know they love playing for him, and even though he was just a position coach, I know the players loved him.
Yeah.
I know we all loved him. He had a lot of love in the organization, especially from the players. So I was like, man, and he's already been there, showed and proved in his time there. We know that he can coach. We know that he can lead the defense and get them boys in shape. So I was like, I wouldn't be mad if that was even something they considered. Okay. I don't really know. I haven't done too much research to see what DCs are possibly available. But, like I said, right now the big room is Brian Flores, and it's all over the news. They know we need somebody of his caliber to run this defense. Hopefully, with the money we got, the acclaim to our name that we got, it can convince him to come over here and see what he can do for such a legendary franchise. Because at this point, it really got to be an elite coach, or it's just going to be much of the same.
More of the same.
So,
perfect
analysis. And I love watching Minnesota's defense. So
yeah. That'd be definitely be a pipe dream. I think Brian Flores is definitely one of those coaching hires that's definitely going to be driving the offseason contract rates in the season going into the 2026 season. But, with that being said, Vontae, again, thank you so much for being a contributor on the show this whole time. We're going to move on a little bit. I'm going to just briefly talk about the Packers-Vikings game, and then we'll take a break, and then we'll get into – let's talk about coaches. Everybody's been talking about coaches. Let's go there, and then we'll round out the show with the playoff matchups. But, in Week 18 – The Green Bay Packers played the Minnesota Vikings, rested the starters, promoted Clayton Tune to come up, who was an absolute trash quarterback. 2 days prior to that, the Packers pulled off a crazy acquisition from, getting Desmond Ridder as quarterback, which I was kind of, shook by. I was like, oh. But then I was, loading the possibilities and realizing that Malik Willis is definitely not going to be on our roster next season. So it makes sense to pull a quarterback that even has a minimal amount of experience in the league, and it's crazy because I don't know if you guys know this fact. I paid for all my family to go to a Packers-Falcons game 2 years ago, and the Green Bay Packers lost to Desmond Ridder with Jordan Love in his starting year in that game. It was a crazy thing. Like, it was, so, I mean, obviously the guy's got some potential, I guess Matt LaFleur saw something. They probably got him for a little thing. Yeah, look at this bear cuff on his bullshit right here. There he goes. But I mean, obviously in the Minnesota game, I saw a little bit of positives from some of these guys that they elevated from the practice squad for this thing. See, this is exactly what a Bears do. You can't even let me have my minute. But I saw a lot of positives. I think that Colin Oliver is definitely going to be somebody to be a huge relief on the edge rush position. We're going to just have to see. Obviously, this game is a throwaway. It was a pure rest week, but the mentality that I'm seeing from the Green Bay Packers as far as how they've been practicing this week, we saw some footage of Micah Parsons already starting his ACL rehab, which is a huge positive thing. I think that the morale in Lambeau Field is high, so I'm just going to choose to, ride this high, go Pack go till the day I die. And we're gonna talk more about us as we face our division rival for the third time, much to my prediction, towards the end of the show. But it's a great thing. All right, we'll take a quick intermission break. We'll be right back. We'll see you guys in the next segment. What's up, guys? Welcome back to the Spike Podcast. Look at these guys making fun of me. All right, guys, so we're at a unique point. The regular season just ended. We just broke down the Week 18 matchups. But we've had some interesting coaching firings and, things going on. John Harbaugh, most recently after the Steelers-Ravens game, Week 18, which was absolute fucking cinema. I don't know if you guys got a chance to watch the game. It was fucking cinema. Aaron Rodgers is still one of the greatest passers to ever throw a football. I'm just going to go ahead and throw it out there. He is. Axel hates it. It's a fact. He's one of the best. Obviously, the Ravens kicker Loop, who got harassed for missing that kick in a windy Steelers stadium. There's a lot of things going on there, but John Harbaugh was fired. And that's the thing that I think a lot of people didn't believe. A lot of people think it was a bad move. I personally don't know what to think of it. I mean, he's there for 18 seasons?
18 seasons.
I think he did bring one Super Bowl with Flacco back in the day, but since, he's completely been underwhelming. Maybe get just good enough. I don't know. I mean, I know that the second he was fired, every fucking team with a vacancy at head coach started calling this nigga. Was like, hey, Harbaugh, how you doing? You doing good? How you feel about coming to Atlanta? Hey, Harbaugh, how you doing? Tennessee is a beautiful state. We ain't got no state. I don't know. It's crazy precedent, dudes. Yo, Vontae, what do you think about Harbaugh, man? What's your thoughts, bro?
I think it was long overdue. 18 years is a long time. I understand that he has a decent amount of winning seasons under his belt, but the goal is a Super Bowl. You got two-time MVP getting booted out the fucking playoffs, 1 round, 2 rounds, ain't really getting over the hump. I think they showed a lot of love to him and a lot of grace to him and let him stay that long. I'm not surprised that so many teams are going after him just because he didn't win the Super Bowl as much as he might have thought he should have. He's still a good coach. Yeah. His time in Baltimore was just that. It just happens. It's time for a change of scenery, new faces in the building. I personally think he's going to go to the Giants, and I hate that.
I mean, dude,
because
I've been watching Hot Dogs, and
the Giants got potential.
That whole culture there, dude.
Yeah.
There's so much energy, bro. And it's
just like we always talk about the injuries. If they don't have the injuries they have, their season could have been a lot different, even with the lack of coaching that they do have. So getting somebody like Harbaugh with the success he's had, and knowing how he likes to run teams and how hard and strict he is with his program, I don't want to see him go there. Go anywhere else. I don't even know if the Eagles are going to keep their coach. Maybe they're taking a while to let him down. But whoever you go to, just don't come to the fucking NFC East, man. We do not want to see you.
That's
here.
an interesting point, though, because Vontae, you phrased it in exactly right. You don't want him to come to your division. Axel definitely had some sort of tendencies when I mentioned Harbaugh to Atlanta, dude. I mean, dude, if we're going to talk about the NFC as a whole, like the NFC South is one of the weakest divisions. And with the recent firing of Raheem Morris, who was actually a pretty decent defensive coordinator, that whole organization, firing their GM and everything, is prime to be integrated from somebody who has a winning history in this league. And I think that if you're a defensive coordinator, or offensive coordinator, or somebody who's, you know, potentially interviewing for a head coaching spot, you know, in this upcoming offseason to kind of build your, you know, your stake for the 2026 football season, that's honestly an attractive job to take. Axel, what are your thoughts about Harbaugh coming to the NFC South?
I don't see it happening. Why would you want to go to the Falcons? They have no first-round pick. They're paying millions and millions of dollars to a quarterback that sits on their bench until their hero and shining armor of a quarterback that has had ACL surgery 5 times.
Wow.
Why would you want to go do that?
I don't know. I mean, I feel like their team is kind of put together at least a little bit better than a lot of the other candidates. I mean, like, you have the Giants, which are a young, crazy team. You have the Cardinals, which are in a complete state of fuckery. Okay. We got the Tennessee Titans, which are ass. The Raiders, which are completely unbalanced. The Raiders? Really?
Going to the Raiders. Why would you not want to take a position that's going to pay you good money, then have to also get the first overall pick in this upcoming draft so you can start however you want, and you get to play your brother twice a year because he's in your division?
Do you think he wants that? Because I think I saw a quote from him in an interview. He said he wants his brother to go coach in the NFC. He's like, he doesn't want to play his brother twice. He doesn't.
So you're telling me brother to brother, friend to friend, all those type of things. Mm-hmm. You don't want the opportunity to show one of your friends that you're better at something.
Axel, if you and me are both NFL coaches, I do not want to coach in the same conference as you. Fuck that.
Why not?
Because fuck you. I don't need that, bro.
Get that.
Fuck that.
I want to coach in the same conference.
Fuck that.
I want to coach.
That sounds like a cheesehead that just saw cheese.
Oh, okay. First off, this don't got shit to do with a cheesehead. This does not have shit to do with being a cheesehead. It doesn't. Dude, to be real with you, it's a distraction. Real talk, it's a distraction, though. It's a distraction. If I'm a potentially, I know we're talking about Harbaugh and Jim, who are both brothers who are tenured coaches, but if we're both first-year coaches, we both get coaching jobs in the same conference. I don't want to have your shadow overlooming me. I want to get, and maybe that's a testament to the tunnel vision.
But that's a personal problem.
Yeah, but also
that'll be that way.
Also,
I think Jim and John are far enough into their career to know how to not let something be a distraction.
That's true. That's a fair assessment.
I didn't think about the Raiders, but that is an interesting point.
I just don't see anything bright coming from them. Their front office is terrible.
For right now, yeah, you can get a young player in the draft, start how you want, but right now, for pieces that are already there, that just seem like the Giants, out of the options that they have the more put together team for him to start winning next year if they can buy into his program.
I mean, plus, who doesn't want to?
They already got players.
Look at where your team is based. Who does not want to live in the New York, New Jersey, area?
New York,
versus Vegas. Like, nobody wants to live in fucking Vegas, But I mean, to be real, Atlanta kind of is a tumultuous city full of its own eccentricities, which I won't get into on this podcast because I live in Atlanta. But I mean, I think that there's a lot of checks and balances. I think this offseason shit, where the coaches go, aren't going to be decided. Probably even till the calendar end of the season, which is in March, I believe. So there's a lot of things going on there. I did hear something interesting, though. I heard Mike McCarthy is interviewing for the Giants coaching job, too. And this makes me question.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm thinking about it, dude.
I would love it.
And I'm like, wait a minute.
Me too.
I would love that.
Why?
I would love that.
Why? Why would you go after a coach who's obviously gotten his one ring, a decade ago, but he's not very groundbreaking. He can give you a good regular season record and will choke in the playoffs every time. Why? Because he relies too much on the historical anomalies of his play calling. He does things by the book and what he thinks it is. And me and Corey talked about this on the last show, in our off-show hangout last Friday. We talked about it again. Dude, we're in an innovating point of this league. This NFL is evolving to a point where, look at it too. The oldest coach in the playoffs. You guys know who the oldest coach in the playoffs is? Do you know?
In the playoffs?
Matt LaFleur is the oldest coach in the playoffs at 46 years old. What the fuck is
Matt
going
LaFleur, 46?
46 years old.
He 46? Hey, he a capper in that thing. That man, he was so young. I was like...
We've talked on the show a lot about, like, you know, the tide changing and shit. We're in the new era. Oh, yeah. This is the new edition. This is the standard moving forward. Like, all of our old guys, you know, Phillip Rivers came back, gave us that, you know, that, excuse me, brief nostalgia fill. We got Aaron Rodgers in here for, you know, God knows how long. But, I mean, like, once he's gone, nigga, we're in the new order. We're in the new league order. Yeah. And I think there's a lot of positive things. I'm excited to see. I'll kick it to you guys for you guys' last 2 cents, so we'll move on to the playoff stuff. But I'm kind of excited because I feel like a lot of organizations who typically been stagnant on making pivotal moves to the franchise, in particular the Arizona Cardinals, like the firing of their head coach. I think that, you know, there's a lot of people starting to take notice and realize that if you're going to build these football teams, especially with young guys, especially with, you know, trying to maximize, you know, contracts and dollar per hour, all that stuff, et cetera, like you got to unite them under a leader who makes them want to fight for it. You know, and I think that that's huge. Yeah. You know, and I think that that's something that was lost, which is my silver lining of the season is I've seen more head coaches do work this season, especially the ones that people wrote off at the beginning. I mean, the Jacksonville Jaguars. I mean, we haven't even talked about them that much. That whole organization is in a good fucking place. I think that's great for football. Yeah. You know what I mean? But you know,
what about the Bears? I think that's great for football too.
You know what? We'll talk about that. Because you and I have a lot of things to discuss in the later part of the show. Trust me, we'll get there. Corey, do you have any last statements you want to say about coaching changes and lines or anything else before we move on to the next segment?
Well, just like I said, the coaching changes. Like you said, I think it's time. What you have to do in this day and age, and that's not just for football, it's basketball also. That old school mentality is gone. Where, you know, more say it's my way or the highway, it's gone now. It's gone. You know, guys that can, you know, that played the game and familiar with the game, you know, like Ben Johnson, you know what I'm saying, Kellen Moore, you know, even though not saying they was great players, but they know the game because there was one coach said, it was like years ago, he said backups, like second string, third string, they make good, great head coaches because they study so much to try to get a starting position. They know what's what. Yeah. But like I said, that goes back, you have to get somebody kind of young. Like, I just say, Vince, like, if Bill Belichick was to try to come back to the league, that's the reason why he left the league. You know, nobody really wanted to go back to that, you know what I'm saying?
League's different.
You know, exactly. Yeah. You know, it's time for changes, you know what I'm saying? So, but
hey, you know what? Sorry, Corey, before we finish, let's have a spike. The league is different, boys. This show is evolving. All of this commentary is amazing. I love y'all. Let's go. Spike.
Yeah, Spike.
Everything changed. The only thing same, Packers still suck. Oh,
I knew it was coming.
Hey.
Swept you, though. Swept you, bitch.
Hey, Lo, we might be rivals, but hey, we throwing the same blows.
He swept you, too. Look at these two bottom feeders.
You were hurt. Oh, my God. We was injured, so it was good.
Can I do something real quick? Can I do another spike?
Come on. Let's go, Axe.
Let's do another spike because I don't think people know, but boys will see it in the group chat soon. I think we have designs now for possible apparel coming soon.
Spike to that.
DJ boards. I can hit my home.
Y'all gonna lose at these. These are crazy. Honestly, they're simplistic, but they're crazy.
Hell yeah. All right, anybody got any last words before we move on to playoff talk?
Let's go. That's what I'm talking about.
Snap for Axel, bro. Snap for the Riddler, man.
Come on now.
The Riddler right there.
Hey, that's what I'm talking about. Let's go. Yeah, yes, sir.
It's been an electric season with y'all boys. I've really enjoyed it.
Hey, I'm talking about every moment.
I want to be the one to do this, man. I want to be the one to do this. Hold on. I want to be the one to do this.
Oh, what is he doing?
You want to talk about it? I sit back and enjoy the moment because this first round of the playoffs, two teams will be playing each other the third time in 6 weeks. That's some crazy stuff. That don't even happen in high school. That's like little league stuff. Like, crazy scheduling. They're split right now. 1-1. The other 1-1.
Yo,
we get into when it really matters.
Quick commercial break. Actually, we'll give you a proper intro. Quick commercial break. We'll give you a proper intro. We'll be right back. It's that time. It's that time.
What's up, everybody? We are back. Thanks for joining us on the final regular season episode of the Spike Podcast.
He says final.
I knew you were going to say that fucking shit.
We started. Now, gentlemen, back to your corner,
it was
please.
An ACL.
Oh, sorry.
Back to your corner. Back to your corner.
That's his final. Okay.
As we were saying before, I was rudely interrupted. You're talking about playoffs. So, there's only 2 people in this chat right now that are going into this trying times. The odds are up. Next man's up. And I think it's the third time they've played, like I said, in 6 weeks, which is crazy. They split the record. Now, when the moment matters most, we'll see who true King of the North is. With the 1.5-point favorites, we have Green Bay Packers and the Chicago Bears. Now, gentlemen, I want a really, really dirty, loud, in-your-face fight.
Fuck the Bears. They're a bitch-ass team. Fuck Ben Johnson. He been talking too much shit about Matt LaFleur. Keep his fucking name out your fucking mouth.
Hey, Will Smith, go ahead.
I don't give a fuck. Like, fuck this. Now move on. I'm just going to take it. Fuck it. I'm just going to take it. And if we lose, we lose. Because that's what we do on the show. We stand on fucking business. But let's be real here. I'm terrified for this matchup. Number one, because this is a true test of the rivalry now. We're at a unique point in our trend where obviously Ben Johnson seemingly turned your entire organization around within 1 year of his tutelage as head coach. Meanwhile, Matt LaFleur's contract is all but guaranteed to be renewed next year. Hasn't been. But another thing I'm concerned about, well, concerned but excited to see if we, kind of rival in the face of adversity. But I want to see the Green Bay Packers dominate. We haven't played 3 complete phases of football since Micah Parsons got hurt, since Tucker Kraft got hurt, since Devontae Wyatt got hurt, And there's obviously we know that we're at this unique point where this is what playoff football is. It is absolutely next man up, and whoever's team can rise to that occasion effectively usually wins football games. And the postseason is peak bare bones football. Everybody's got fucking Band-Aids on. You know what I mean? I think that there's a lot of things here. The Bears organization, you guys had some great wins this year. So have we. And I think that, us improving our overall division record was huge for, as far as me, and how I felt about our status in the NFL, specifically the NFC. But, man, dude, I think we got a shot. And the worst part is, Lavon, and I think you and I can both agree on this, it's going to come down to who has the ball last. What are your thoughts, Lavon?
Before I say something, let there be light. And I mean, let there be light.
Let's do it.
Hey, I'm gonna be real with you. It's real talk. I'm gonna put it like the gospel. Hey, I ain't here to cause no trouble. I'm just here to do the Super Bowl shuffle. So what I'm going to do right here.
Oh, he shouldn't have said that.
Yeah.
He shouldn't have said that.
No. You said that the last game. That's the funny part. You said that the last game.
I love how the Bears play the Packers. As soon as the Bears play the Packers, Super Bowl comes up. As soon as the Bears play the Packers, the word Super Bowl comes up. Because your Super Bowl is beating us. Your Super Bowl is beating us. Admit it.
That lets you know the mental side. You see the mental side. The mental side.
Come on, Jerome.
We so locked in and focused. We so locked in and focused on y'all.
Come on now.
Hey.
Let's get it together. Come on, buddy. Come on.
We so locked in. Here's the funny part about this. This the third time we played y'all in the third game. And this third game is in the playoffs, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right. When the last time y'all won? This year.
Week 14.
Oh, I'm gonna set you up.
Week 14. Week 14.
Okay. Guess who?
You.
I'm finna set you exactly. When the last time we won?
Against us.
You don't even know. Exactly. So you won't have no say so, no play in this, and I don't, and I don't either. I'm gonna be real with you. I don't.
I think what you're trying to say is our records are both 0-0. I think that's what you're trying
absolutely.
to say.
No, that's not what I'm trying to say.
But all I'm trying to say. But it sounds like you're trying to
that's what you want me to say.
I mean,
but I'm not going to say that.
That's the fact.
No, I'm the one that said it, so I know the facts. That's the thing.
Let's go.
But here's the facts. The facts is this. Like Washington, nigga, I'm scared.
Yeah, exactly. I'm scared too. I'll admit this shit. I will literally admit this shit. Bro, I was fighting that because Lavon, you know that the outcome of this game is going to set the tone for the next year. You know that, right? You know that. Holy shit.
I don't know who going to win. Because
I'm not just saying that because I hate the Tigers.
I don't know.
I just think the Bears are good. I feel it could be the last person who had a bomb, but I just feel like
hey man,
I feel like the Bears are.
All you need.
I feel like the Bears are going to take it.
Okay, you need love. Okay, that's all you need, buddy. That's all you need. That's all you need.
I mean, you know what all you need. You know what all you need.
What's that?
Is some green M&Ms.
That's it.
Hey.
See,
I got green M&Ms.
This is the thing, guys.
You got on green, right?
No.
Yeah.
You should have
Last
waited
time you
to
had
eat
yellow
them.
on. Last time I ate yellow.
You should have waited to eat them until you won. Because I'm telling you right now, you're counting the chicken before you hatch. You're counting the chicken before they hatch. You shouldn't have eaten them yet, buddy.
I just think.
Look, man.
Just like you have your uncertainty on what's going to happen with your coach and everything like that.
They're right there.
I just think stuff like that is not not if y'all lose.
No, we're gonna keep him.
Not if y'all lose.
We're gonna keep him.
Not if y'all lose.
We're gonna keep him.
Not if y'all. What's the point of keeping him if y'all lose again?
Who else is better?
You got a new.
Aren't we tired? Aren't we tired of seeing y'all lose with the same coach?
Mm-mm.
Isn't that good?
Hold on, time out. Hold. Axel, I belong Axel. I was like, wait a minute, hold on.
Yep.
Axel, I was like, wait a minute. Axel, go ahead, brother.
Oh.
I was going to say this one time. Fuck Green Bay.
I knew that's exactly what he was going to say. I knew that's exactly what he was going to say.
But it's not, like I said, I'm not saying it because I hate Green Bay. I just think that the Bears going to have y'all number this time.
To be real, we've won playoff games with him. And that's no disrespect. It's not. We can't say the same thing about the Cowboys coaches.
We're not saying that you have. That don't mean we're not saying that you have or haven't. We know. We all watch football every year. We know what every team do in the playoffs. I just don't think it's going to be a win this year.
We'll see.
I just think the Bears got y'all number. Man. They whole season is going in ways that a lot of people didn't even suspect. At Chicago, and y'all 1-1. I just think they're gonna have y'all number, man. It ain't y'all year.
It's gonna be a football game. I can say that for sure.
I'll be real with you. My gut is telling me. My gut is telling me. Rams is my second favorite team, so I hope they take it out.
Also, we're gonna talk playoffs after this. Actually, I see you. We're gonna talk playoffs after this, but dude, I think that one thing you brought up the Rams. They better not count out the Panthers. They lost to the Falcons. I'm just saying. I'm not trying to be an asshole, but there is an asterisk.
I mean, any team that made the playoffs, even doing wild card games, you got to worry about them.
Yeah.
It's a new season.
Everybody made it that far. You know what I mean? Niggas fought hard to get them 7-8 spots.
Mm-hmm.
That's right. It's new season. You might throw out their regular season record.
Yeah.
It's elimination games now.
Football, every sport, playoff
He's
is
trying to eat
different.
blue.
Is a different
You already
season.
ate the green. You fucked up. Actually, you had something you wanted to say, brother?
I was just going to say, let's get into it. Let's find out. Let's see what everyone thinks with this matchup and what they think the deciding thing is going to be. Let's start off, Mr. Lavon. In the Green Bay versus Chicago game, what do you think the victor? How many points? And what do you think the deciding moment's going to be?
All right. That's a great question. I was waiting for that question. The question is the fact that I think it's going to be a close game. It's going to be a very tight game based on the fact that Jordan Love coming back, he's going to be able to score on our defense. However, I think Caleb just as well to be able to be competitive and keep it close. I just think, honestly, ain't no double doink going on here.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to win it with the last.
I swear to God, if a
goal.
double doink happens, I'm going to cry laughing. That's all I got to say.
I bet
Cry laughing.
exactly. But, and just on the opposite side of that, and if it don't happen, I'm going to cry laughing at you. Just like that.
I do. Honestly, I'm going to cry regardless of what the outcome of this game is. Because this is like both of our seasons. It's mano y mano. This is who is the better one. Y'all won the division. We obviously, fucked off and lost a bunch of games we shouldn't have. So did you guys.
Shouldn't be.
But I mean, like.
Hey, Emory. Guess what I found?
What's that? Oh, here we go.
Oh, these my boys. I ain't found these boys in a minute. These are yellow M&M's this time. Hey, I'm going to get the yellow M&M. Hey, I got the green and yellow. So I'm going to go ahead. Hey, Matt Hapley might be gone. Hey, Matt LaFleur might be gone. Hey, what's your general manager name? Gutekunst? What's his name? He might be gone. Hey, get I
just think it's time. For
Love might be gone. Hey, what's the backup quarterback name? Malik might be gone.
Love is not going anywhere.
I hate the Packers.
You guys are so
but I just think it's time. Just like y'all talked about all the other coaches, it's just time. I just think it's time for a change of command for y'all too. And with that coming, what's gonna come with that is a loss. And if you win, he might keep his job just because.
I'll give him a 50 off.
Things can change. Exactly. He might get one more year.
One year. Yeah.
But if y'all lose, I just think that they got a better team. And we still talking about injuries. Y'all got some major people that still
true.
Listen,
true.
Hey man, look,
real talk though. Real talk though. I don't give a shit.
Yeah.
I don't give a shit. I know because
we know you don't. And you
real talk. No, if we're going to talk down to the bare bones, we're talking any given Sunday. We're talking to the absolute driving mindset behind a football player. It's about what you can do when the stakes are on the line. Let's be real here. And I think that, no matter what, if you have a scheme and you're getting fucked up in the first half with it, you have to have the adversity to adjust. And I think that us, hounding on our things, this is going to be a grindy football game. I'm going to be real with you. My hopes that Jordan Love comes back with a vengeance. Obviously, yes. I'd love to see the Packers win. But to be real with you, this game has already reached a precedent of stress that I could not quantify in previous episodes of the show. We're finally there. And it happened way faster than we previously anticipated. So, I think that, regardless of what you guys' takes are, I think that the results of the game are going to speak for themselves. Yes, I'm going to be watching. Yes, I'm going to be worried. Yes, I'm going to be drunk. But it comes with the territory, guys.
You sound like Matt LaFleur,
bro.
I just think Ben Johnson.
You sound so humble. You sound humble right now.
No, I'm being real because what I want to see is the Green Bay Packers finally play a complete game of football, and I do think that. There's a lot on the line for the mindset of this team moving to the offseason because we're going to lose a lot of pieces. We know this. This is why our caps are structured where we have. That's why it's so unique that we're in this contract point with Brian Gutekunst and Matt LaFleur's head coaches, because how we approach this draft without first round picks for the next 2 years are going to be crucial to the development of this team. And we're lucky that we're young. I think there's a lot of positions there that are kind of guaranteed for the next 2 years because of the rookie contracts and so forth. But I mean, I don't really know what this team looks like moving forward.
Yeah.
And it's terrifying, but it's also exciting. So last words. Let's wrap it up, and then we'll wrap the show up. Corey, how do you feel about the Detroit Lions?
With us, like I said, season gone. Even though we still had a winning season on the Dan Campbell, we didn't make the playoffs, but we did the first move as far as firing our offensive coordinator, John Morton or whatnot. But it's the one they're trying to interview. Backup quarterback years ago, David Blau. They gave him the first interview for offensive coordinator.
I saw that actually.
Wow! Why I didn't know that?
Yeah, that's kind of skeptical with me, because at this point right now, this me, and I'm not saying he can't be he can be a good offensive coordinator, but he never had that position. So right now he's a coach assistant for the Washington Commanders. So I think at this point right now, Dan needs to get him a proven offensive coordinator squad. He got to get one proven. And like I said, I'm not sure Dave Black, he could come in and do the job right. You never know. But I think right now that's really iffy for me. Oh,
I got a question, Lo. The humble question.
Go ahead.
A lot of the plays y'all called during this year in 2025 had some elements from Ben Johnson in it. Just real talk. When you bring in a whole new offensive coordinator and maybe he have his own scheme, do you think it's not going to be hard for your quarterback, Jared Goff? That's not going to be hard. He can adapt to different coordinators.
Right.
But just the fact that you have the mindset of the team to believe like this is going to work, and doing preseason or the first few games of the beginning of the year, do you think they really going to truly believe? And if something bad go wrong, do you think Dan Campbell is going to strip the play calling from this new guy?
I'm glad you said that. I don't want that same thing to repeat, because real talk, when Jordan Morton started off, we started off 4-2, and I'm talking about was straight. That's one one of the episodes when I said we ain't skipped a beat. It looked like our offense was clicking. Now I think it was some type of stuff that happened in the locker room when certain players weren't getting the ball or whatnot. And that's probably why Dan Campbell took over. Like, look here, I don't need to disrupt this team I got going on, because we got a problem with Dave Montgomery right now. He not getting them carries, and he looking like he might be asking for request for a trade. We'll talk about that later, but yeah, it comes down to coaching. It always comes down to coaching. But Dan Campbell, like I said, when he took over the play calling, he was up and down with it. You know what I'm saying? I think a lot of plays he would call them, it's like he still said, we got our healthy team, I can call these plays, which you got to, you struggling. When you get the chance to get 3 points, get them down 3 points.
Absolutely. Take the fucking points. I've been saying that all season in the group chat. Take the points.
Right. You sure did. You said it. Forget going for it on fourth down, get the points. So I think Dan, and he probably realized that now. I'm pretty sure he's going to go back, because one thing about Dan, he looks at everything. He said, we're going to review everything, even myself. That's what I like about him. He holds himself accountable. He holds the players accountable, coaches accountable. Hell, he might hold the Chili's accountable. I don't know, but goddamn it, I said with him.
And they need to come to Chicago, because we ain't had the Honey Bears since '85. So we need to go ahead and get the Honey Bears in there. I take some Detroit ladies too. I take some Honey Bears.
Not gonna say.
Real talk.
No, don't say nothing. No, don't say nothing.
I'm gonna say, I just hope that he looking at Blau. look here, you can't make a mistake on this one. You know, we lost Ben Johnson, which one I'm talking about. A lot of people hate on, you know. I just have a little small personal reason, but I don't hate Ben Johnson. You know what I'm saying? Because I say he put us. I'm talking about on some record breaking seasons. You know what I'm saying? So
he
did what he do. I don't want to be offensive coordinator for the rest of my life. I'm gonna take a head coaching job. So he ain't
get it.
nothing wrong with all. But on this pick right here, as far as offensive coordinator, they ain't gonna have to pick a qualified, experienced coach, in my opinion. You know what I'm saying? Versus, you know, getting somebody his first, you know. I'm just like this. Get somebody experience. Fuck the bullshit.
Yeah. And you know what, Corey, I appreciate the way you're phrasing it too, because you're approaching it as in you realize the stakes that are going to come with your front office making the decision as far as your coaching staff moving forward. And I think that's huge. You know, obviously you guys came up short. Our division was hell this year. You know, valiant effort, but we beat your ass twice. Valiant effort.
We all had one season.
Yeah, but also we beat your ass twice. Just remember that.
But y'all still like shit in a way. But in a way,
I knew y'all.
No, real talk though. I appreciate your analysis, Sal. Let's move on. Mr. Axel Roy, last words for the season. We're gonna wrap the show up. What's your thoughts?
The future's bright. The future is bright. You don't know it ain't bright.
I like the future. It's bright. You know.
You know what?
Hey,
it'll be nice. I'll show love.
Why is that?
Bright.
I'll show love.
Look at this, man. Hey, bro.
I'll show some love, bro.
He gonna do some voodoo on you.
Hey, man, that's fine. Sweet. It is. All right. Appreciate your Axel. Mr. Vontae Crowder, last words. Let's wrap it up quick. We'll go you, Vontae, then you, Lavon, then me. Just wrap it up.
It was a fun year, man. Our team didn't produce like I wanted to, but we all agreed that it was one of the craziest seasons we've all ever witnessed. And it's not over yet.
Amen.
There's going to be a lot of good games in the playoffs. I think, like I said, the Rams are my second favorite team, so that's who I'm going to hope gets over the hump. But the Rams, I think the Bears, and I think the Seahawks. I think those three teams got the best chances. If the Rams don't get it, I do think maybe the Seahawks will. But like I said, you just never know. There's been a lot of up and down with the Bears, too, as far as some of the games y'all said they shouldn't have lost. Ben Johnson's first year, but I think Ben got that dog in him, man, and I think that's going to translate to his players. It's going to maybe win at least one game in the playoffs, you know what I mean? I don't know, but I think those are the three teams that are probably going to win. I don't know who's coming out the AFC. It don't even really matter. I don't think anybody's going to beat any of those three teams I just named, or really any of the 6 or 7 teams that have a chance to get to the Super Bowl in the NFC. I don't think anybody in the AFC is better. So I think he's going to be an NFC winner this year. And then, like I said before, we figure out a DC we going to bring to Dallas, get a couple more pieces in the secondary, good safety.
Brian Flores.
Maybe try to upgrade the running back position. Definitely get some good corners and safeties on our squad.
Okay.
Now, you never know. It could be a completely different year. The year we thought we was going to have this year. But
like I said, maybe next year's your year from the Dallas Cowboys, dude.
Maybe next year.
Lavon Lane, wrap it up, dude. You got a playoff game against us. Give me your last words, and I'll finish it out to win the show.
So this time I'm going to have to do a combination. You know, I know our offensive line, we like to do combination blocks. So I'm going to do a combination. I'm going to do the yellow and green this time. Boom. So we got both of them. So yeah. Anyway, all right. Let me get back to the story. Yeah. So yes, Chicago Bears is on a 2-game losing streak. Am I right? Am I wrong?
You're not
Am
wrong.
I wrong?
You're not wrong.
Okay. Yeah. So we're on a 2-game losing streak. The last time we went on a 2-game losing streak. Yes, in that last game was against Detroit Lions. Respect, Core, respect. Yeah. after we lost that second game, we went on a 4-game winning streak. Am I right, Emmer? Have you been keeping up?
Nope.
You ain't been keeping up?
Nope.
Yeah. Do your thing. Okay. Yeah. So, yeah, we went on a 4-game winning streak.
Ben ain't gonna lose 3 in a row.
So, the fact that, yes, we have Ben Johnson. Yes, we have coaches on the Chicago Bears that's going to be poached. And we have a great coaching staff. Yes, we execute, we will win. If we go on a 4-game winning streak, yes, we will be in the Super Bowl. And yes, I'm talking about Super Bowl. So now I am optimistic, cautiously optimistic.
Seriously?
Cautiously optimistic. I'm not a pessimistic. I'm not a pessimist. However, yes, when we went on our 2-game losing streak, we had a 4-game winning streak. If that happens, yes, we'll be in the Super Bowl. However, this is what I'm going to say right here, and I'm going to close it out after I eat these green ones.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, guys.
Yeah.
What a perfect end. What a perfect
day.
end. Come on, let's go.
Boom!
Okay, whatever.
FGB!
Real talk, though. Guys, this has been a crazy season on the show. Let's have one final spike, wrap it up. This has been a crazy excursion. We've spent like goddamn 50 hours talking football this season. Cheers to all you guys. Appreciate you.
You ain't drink Heineken.
Me and my dad drink Heineken. I still drink it on stream. But let's be
Yes,
real
sir.
here. Let's be real here, guys. Sorry, my homegirl's calling me. Let's be real here. The season ain't over. We're moving on to the playoffs. The Green Bay Packers are going up against the top-ranked or the 2-seed Chicago Bears. I think we got a football game on our hands. I think that one side of this equation has been talking a lot of shit. I think this time... Well, he's talking shit. I think that all bullshit aside...
I said not being Super Bowl. That's what I was saying. This is like a Super Bowl game for y'all.
No, it's a Super Bowl game for the Bears, not for the Packers. All right, but you know, it's one of those things that you gotta realize. Dude, real is gonna recognize real, and you know what? Next week's show is gonna be lit because we're on to the playoffs. Also, guys, thank you for watching the Spy Podcast. My name is Lex, representing the Green Bay Packers. I'm joined by Mr. Corey Thompson, representing the Detroit Lions, Mr. Lavon Lane, representing the Chicago Bears, Mr. Axel Roy, representing the New Orleans Saints, and then the Dirty Dog, Mr. Vontae Crowder, representing the Dirty Dallas Cowboys. We love you guys, and we'll see you in the playoffs.